And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart.
So I was watching the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, and something struck me funny.
Something bad was gonna happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me.
How exactly did Doctor Strange's spell work again?
The Runes of Kof-Kol.
Oh, it's just a standard spell of forgetting. Won't turn back time, but at least people will forget that you were ever Spider-Man.
That spell travels the dark borders between known and unknown reality. It's too dangerous.
It sure does, and it sure is. Now, if you don't remember, there were two spells, and it seems in the movie that the second one overrides the first one.
What if everyone forgot who I was?
What? That's the original spell. You just asked that, and he said no.
So cast a new spell, but this time make everyone forget who Peter Parker is. Make everyone forget me.
No.
The first spell got cocked up because Doctor Strange decided to just start slinging spells without asking for any details first.
No, it's a nickname. Harold Happy Hogan. He used to work for Tony Stark, but then he was kind of dating my aunt.
Dude, just stop talking.
You would think Doctor Strange would suck as a fighter. All you have to do is talk while he's casting his spells. But the second one reads more clearly.
You gotta understand, that would mean that everyone, we'd have no memory of you.
Whoa! Save me, MJ!
Do it.
Everyone just forgets Peter Parker. It's that simple. But at the end, Peter decides not to remind his friends of his identity because he thinks that they'll be better off without him. And then he pays his respects at Aunt May's grave when he runs into no one other than... Happy?
What?
How'd you know her?
How did you know her, motherfucker? How did you know her?
Through Spider-Man.
Same.
Okay, that's cool, but what the hell does that actually mean?
What? I think...
Sure, Happy knows Aunt May because he was assigned to Spider-Man, but he doesn't know her through the Avengers Initiative. He knows her through her nephew.
I'm in love with Spider-Man's aunt.
How does he remember this Spider-Man interaction?
What is it?
We need to have a serious conversation about you and my aunt!
His understanding of May via Spider-Man is inexorably connected to her mysterious nephew whom he doesn't remember. And it can't just be that Peter's been removed full stop, or else Happy would just have these unexplainable gaps in his memory. How do you remember Spider-Man but not Peter Parker in a moment like this? How does half the Guardians of the Galaxy remember this scene with the unmasked Spider-Man?
You know Thor. Tall guy, not that good looking, needed saving.
And now that the Brand New Day trailer is out and we know that the plot doesn't revolve around everyone trying to figure out what happened to the missing memories that they should have had, we know a full-on black void memory hole can't be the case. And does he remember this? Who did he walk in on? So that leaves us with two reasonable options. Either Happy remembers someone else's name and face in those contexts, or his entire historical memory is rewritten. But if that's the case, how is it rewritten? So let's investigate.
Please, Scooby-Doo this shit.
First, I would like to introduce a concept I heard one time from somewhere called
a djinn particle.
Okay, awesome.
It's basically a discrete version of the bootstrap paradox, and it goes a little something like this. In the film Back to the Future, there exists a song called Johnny Be Good, and it was written by Chuck Berry in 1958. Marty McFly must have learned how to play the song anywhere from 1980 to 1985, simply based on combining his proficiency with the guitar at the age that he was in the movie versus how young he probably could have realistically learned how to play that song. But then Marty goes back in time to 1955 and plays Johnny Be Good for Chuck Berry over the phone, before Chuck has even had an opportunity to invent the song in the first place. So moving forward in that new timeline, there exists this song that wasn't made by Chuck. It was made by Marty, who learned it from Chuck, who never made the song.
That's so wild.
The song was never created.
Right.
It only ever existed in this time loop.
Right.
And now in Spider-Man, they would be everywhere. How about the Lego Death Star? Does Ned still remember building it as a two-person project? If so, with who? Under what context? Does he still remember having it in Aunt May's house and then finding out the identity of Spider-Man?
You're the Spider-Man from YouTube.
Probably a really deep-seated memory. And if he does, who does he remember? He only forgets Peter and remembers Spider-Man, so does he remember Spider-Man coming into the house when he was building a Death Star in May's house? How does she know him?
Djinn particle.
Does MJ remember that someone gave her the Black Dahlia necklace? And does she remember that the person who gave it to her was also Spider-Man? Or does she completely think it was someone else like Brad? And if it is Brad, does Brad remember it the same way? Or would the whole memory fall apart as soon as they talked about it?
Djinn particle.
Or how about by the end of the movie? MJ still has a scar over her eyebrow from when Ned and her were on the Statue of Liberty, watching 3 Spider-Men fight a litany of villains. So without Peter Parker involved, how do they remember the context of why they were on the Statue of Liberty? Do they remember helping the Spider-Men get to the battlefield in the first place? And if so, why would they be doing such a thing? That's a shared memory that must exist between them. Because again, if everyone remembered it differently, it would get cleared up in 5 minutes.
You okay?
Doesn't really hurt anymore.
What?
So it's not just erasing Peter, it's filling in millions and millions of other little details and memories as well. And it's not just a few people with these originless items and memories. You have to times this by essentially the whole world.
I mean, maybe it's not such a big deal.
When everyone was calling out Peter directly to his face, how do they remember that day? What does everyone remember everybody being so worked up about?
We love you! MJ, are you gonna have this spider, baby?
Djinn particle.
J. Jonah Jameson starts out like the basement version of InfoWars, but after he outs Spider-Man, he becomes so successful that he upgrades his studio.
I accidentally brought those dangerous people here.
Well, he admits it.
But at the end of the movie, he still has the studio. So how does he remember why he was able to upgrade? We've already ruled out that it's just a hole in their memory, and we've ruled out that they all remember it differently. So this necessitates an 8 billion person global, uniform, coherent story.
Oh, it's just a standard spell of forgetting.
So if they all still remember the day that everybody outed Spider-Man, but they just remember it as somebody else, they'd have to remember it as the same person. Let's say Flash. But then, they basically haven't forgotten Peter, they've just swapped out Peter for Flash. And if he remembers it the same way, then he will have no reason not to think he is Spider-Man, until he makes it to his first fight.
Can Spider-Man come out to play?
And speaking of Flash, what does his book Flashpoint actually say in it? Wouldn't Peter's name be in there like all the time? We know Janice Moss read it, so if you were to grab her copy right now, what do the actual pages say? Matter of fact, what does the school yearbook say? What about the videos of Peter himself? Do they show someone else? Well, our strongest clue comes in the form of Peter working on his GED at the end, leaving one to assume that the record has actually been changed at his school, otherwise why didn't he just transfer his credits? Okay, fine. But wait.
So cast a new spell, but this time make everyone forget who Peter Parker is.
I thought this was a memory spell, but now we're talking about rearranging physical reality. That's less like a memory spell and more like creating a branching universe.
That little spell that you botched where you wanted everyone to forget that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, it started pulling in everyone who knows Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Why?
Every universe.
Why?
Into this one.
Why? So somehow, the memory spell backfiring turns into a bring everybody from the multiverse into this universe spell. I don't exactly understand the ins and outs of that, but that's okay because I'm in good company.
The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
Multiverse is real.
But we know Doctor Strange didn't just send Peter to a new universe, because then Happy wouldn't be at Aunt May's grave in the new world. So at the end of the film, when Peter chooses not to remind Ned and MJ that he's Spider-Man, well, that was his only option. He couldn't have reminded them because there's nothing to remind them of. Their memories have been filled with a universally coherent lie that everyone agrees on. If he said, oh yeah, remember I got you that Black Dahlia necklace, she would say, no you didn't, I got it for myself, or Brad got it, and you can ask Brad and he remembers being there and getting it for me too. If you tried telling Ned that they built the Death Star together, he would say, no you didn't, May helped me. He'd be like Kyle Reese screaming at the police because for all intents and purposes, he isn't the Peter they knew. The physical universe itself has been warped or created anew in such a way that there's no room left for him in it. His friends are essentially dead, killed by Doctor Strange.
I'm sorry, kid. If they die, they die.
That's from Rocky IV, and replaced by these variants who have no literal connection to Peter in the first place. Doctor Strange is a Avengers-level threat who basically body-snatched 8 billion people on the planet. This guy is worse than Thanos.
Their sacrifice means infinitely more than their lives.
Peter can never go back. He is truly, actually lost. Unless maybe America Chavez comes a brand new day and saves him.